The countdown. Thank you for sharing. Seems appropriate. I don't know how to do that. Him? I don't know what that did. Oh, put it at the bottom of the screen. That's cool. That is very hard to read. Hey there, Shell. How are you doing this evening? Thank you. We are doing free live rune readings or Norse Pagan Q&A. Really, any Q&A. Hey there, KL Bailey. Thank you for joining the live. Oh. Hello. Hey, Stray, how's it going tonight? Hey there, how you doing? Welcome in. Good. I'm doing free rune readings, no gifting required or anything, or just general Q&A. The only real rules we have are we won't do medical or legal advice. Try and keep any questions kind of specific if you can. and then have fun and be respectful of everyone here. What did that say? AI something. So no winning lottery numbers, unfortunately. If I knew those, I'd be using them. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Would you like a reading? Oh, thank you for joining the fan club. We do have a Discord server. Awesome. Let me get that going for you. TikTok says there's an integration where it automatically sends you a invite, but I haven't been able to get that to work. But it is under the link tree in my bio. All right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. So we are doing 3 runes, past, present, and future. So in the past position, we pulled Perthro. Perthro is the card of mystery and uncertainty. In the present position, we have Ansuz, which is the rune of wisdom, knowledge, and communication. And then in the outcome position, I don't know how well that's showing up, but we have Othala inverted. So Othala is the rune of familial connection and ancestry. It being in the inverted position suggests really the opposite. It generally suggests kind of a disconnect with the family and with ancestry. So overall, what this reading is kind of telling me, and the feeling I get from it, is that you've been dealing with a lot of doubt and uncertainty. Hey there, Thuris Mother. Welcome in. But what this is telling me is that it sounds like you've been dealing with a lot of doubt and uncertainty. Sorry to repeat myself, but as you're kind of navigating through this, you're starting to learn more. You're starting to kind of gain a little bit more understanding of some things. But the outcome suggests that you will be dealing with kind of a disconnect familially. So this could just be something like maybe kind of, oh, thanks for the follow, kind of not talking as often, or just not really being as connected and as involved. That's not always necessarily a bad thing, but it does suggest just kind of some of that going on. One piece of advice to give to kind of go along with this. So we pulled the Hagalaz card for a piece of advice. Now Hagalaz symbolizes hail, the unstoppable destructive forces of nature. What it suggests is that the things you've grown used to may have to break down before you can really build them back up. Again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of people kind of think of this as the scary card, but that's not always scary. It just means that you're going to go through some changes. You know, you may experience some upheaval, but you're going to experience some changes. Does that resonate with you? Yes, exactly. Break the glass to escape the house of mirrors. I like that. That's exactly it. Good, I'm glad that makes sense. Oh, thanks for the likes. Hi there, Leilini. It keeps popping up things that I don't recognize. How are you doing tonight? Thanks for all the likes. And thank you to everyone joining the Weirdos. We do have the Discord server is live. Unfortunately, the TikTok integration is not working to automatically invite you. But if you go to the link in my bio, it should be right at the top of our link tree to join the Discord server. I will personally, after the live, go through and look for you and upgrade any matching usernames in the server. The fan club gets some exclusive access points on it. There is a public live chat and everything, but there is, yeah, they do make the best company. That is the truth. It's from a movie. It's we're all strange here, but the best people are. But yeah, if you join, there's a few questions it asks when you join, and one thing it asks is if you're a fan club member, just say yes, and I'll look for the matching names after the live and upgrade you. The public gets access to the general chat and a couple other things. Then the fan club members get access to some exclusive chats, exclusive voice channels, all kinds of other stuff, as well as they get priority readings. So whenever a fan club member pops up and they would like a reading, they will of course kind of jump to the front of the line, or at least get put in the priority list. But you also get priority Q&A and a few other priority benefits as well as some custom runes, not runes, runes, but emotes that I made just for the fan club. Thanks for the likes. Thank you. Oh, thanks for the gift. The Shard of Hope. Oh, I love that. Thank you. One of us. If anyone would like a reading or has any questions for the Q&A, just drop them down in chat. I'd be happy to provide. Oh, thank you so much, Leilini. Thank you for joining the fan club. I think there's all kinds of, I don't even know the standard TikTok ones. Oh, thank you so much, Kay Bailey. Oh, we're only one away from reaching the goal. We have a goal of 5 tonight. We are at 4, only one away. Yay, we reached the goal. Thank you so much, Thuris Mother. I know I'm butchering the pronunciation. I struggle with it. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget, after the stream, to head over to my page and go to that link tree and join the Discord and claim that. We had a YouTube channel go live yesterday. Pine pitch sealing. No. So ours are all sealed with linseed oil and polyacrylic. It kind of depends on the project though. Some of the projects we do just oil sealing. It really depends on what we're going for and what the intended purpose of it is. For instance, the times that we've worked with like purple heartwood will actually get darker over time if you don't seal it. Even if you seal it with oil, it'll kind of slow it down. Oh yeah, yeah. Especially if you realize that you've oiled it and you miss something with like the wood burning, and you go back and try to do it and start burning that oil. It smells wonderful. But yeah, on pieces like with purple heartwood, it will actually get to a darker purple if you don't seal it. And I always tell people, oh, thank you for the lightning bolts. Oh, BAP. He shared the live. How are my friends at BAP doing? Sorry, but yeah, the purple heartwood, you can even leave it in the sun and it will get darker purple. So I always tell people whenever we work with purple heartwood, if you want it to be darker purple, we leave it unsealed for you, set it in the sunlight, and it'll get darker and darker. And then when it reaches a tone you like, just a little bit of polyurethane or polyacrylic or lacquer, just anything like that, just a thin coating will seal that in, and it'll keep it that color, because it's actually the oxygen that causes it. The first time I worked with it, when I sanded it, it turned brown, and I was really disappointed, and I didn't know what was going on. I thought that the sanding caused it to do something, and learned later that that's just a natural thing that it does. It needs oxygen in order to do that. But no, I haven't tried pine tar, or pine pitch? I haven't tried that, but I'll have to look into that. I've thought about doing, Danish oil. I've had Danish oil. Pine pitch, yeah. Yeah, I've thought about doing Danish oil in the past. That's been one that's been first sign of deity reaching out. Oh, thank you so much, Leilani. So the first sign for me, it actually was a few years ago. A friend and I were on the front porch, and we were just kind of talking about things. Yes, I've heard that. But we were just kind of talking about things, and we were talking about Nordic history is what it was. And kind of one of those like, did you know that they did this? Did you know that they believed that? Things like that. And as we're talking about it, we had all the lights off, and there was a thunderstorm brewing off in the distance coming towards us. And it was right when we got on the topic of Thor that right when that happened, there was this huge lightning strike. And in the sky, the shape of the lightning was like a hand, like this. And it was like the clouds looked like a hand around it, and the lightning was like the skeleton. And both of us at the same time just silent. And we looked at each other, and I think at the same time we're like, did you just see that? And we didn't know it then, because you don't know it till the thunderstorm's over. That was the loudest thunderclap the entire storm. I mean, it shook the house. And then the rest of the storm was not nearly as crazy. Oh, thank you so much for the finger heart. But yeah, it was a crazy event. And it's one of those things, I'm generally very mundane over magic with a lot of things. It was the first in a line of several events over the course of a few months that just stuck out as being different, as being a little unexpected, or just felt different. And that took me down the rabbit hole of researching it more, of actually going in and reading the sagas and reading the Eddas. I have a few of the books right up here. Oh, they're off screen. I have a few of the first books I got right up here. And the more I read, just kind of the more connected I felt. It keeps popping up the AI summary, and it keeps changing with every topic. And it's a new experience for me. Yeah, and like I said, that was just the first in many. Interestingly enough, hey there, Chloe. Thanks for joining the live. Yeah, interestingly enough, as I've gotten more, yes, yeah, I did a live a long time ago. That I didn't prepare for it. It was a spur of the moment thing. So I wasn't expecting to do a live. I didn't know how to set it up. And I had seen all these lives where someone like films them wood burning or making something. I'm like, I'm going to do that. And so I went live. I didn't put all the effort into putting all of this stuff here. And it did not go well. I should have prepared better. I ended up needing to do carving, and so all anyone would hear when they joined was from the Dremel, or someone told me like you should have put wood carving ASMR on it. I'm like, I didn't think about that. That would have been a good idea. But I think I gave it like 30 minutes, and I was like, yeah, this ain't working for me. Yeah, first ever live. It's definitely an interesting experience. I've gotten more and more used to public speaking over the last year as I've kind of gotten out there in the world and gotten out there, teaching classes on the subject. Forewarned. Forewarned. Uh-oh. But as I've been out teaching about the subject and leading groups and leading classes, I've gotten more comfortable with it. The biggest... We've had some awesome classes. Yeah. We did an awesome one just last weekend, Runes to Ragnarok. And it started off with going over the first 8 of the runes, and then moved into this really awesome painting that we all did. And mine is not convenient to me right now, I think. It's probably over there. But it was a lot of fun. We made butterfly pea flower tea. We did a whole thing with that. Oh yeah, never is. And we actually used the tea to make watercolor, and it was so much fun. But yeah, the public speaking aspect, I've gotten more used to it. This is a lot different. It does, yeah. You add lemon to it, and it goes from blue to purple. And so we worked with that. We made the blue watercolor, and then we actually had little spritzers, and we spritzed lemon juice on it, so you had these blooms of purple form. And it was really cool. Oh, thank you so much, Leilani. It's been a learning experience. This whole past year and a half now has been kind of rapid learning experiences for me, in a good way though, in a very good way. It's I think it's brought out a lot of things in me that I'm happy about with my own character and with my own person. And oh, thank you so much. Yeah, this is a whole different experience because from my end, I'm looking at a screen. Actually, I'm looking at myself in the screen, so that's a little bit of an interesting experience for me. But yeah, we've had it's been a crazy year and a half, and it's getting better and better, I think. But yeah, if you want to know more, I'm getting there, finding my stride. It's been there's been a few things that's been 2 steps forward, 1 steps back for me, but I'm getting a lot more comfortable with what I'm doing and with talking about what I'm doing. Black tea, 6 cups of water, ½ cup orange juice, ¼ cup lemon juice. Can we clip that? I might have to try that. Try this one night. We call it Thor's tea. Thor's, like thirsty. Thor's tea. I'm gonna write that down if I can. Actually, wait. We have technology. Haha, screech up. Okay. That incense is leaving a lot of powder. I will certainly have to try that tea. Yeah. Ever do a Havamal reading? I've read it for myself. I haven't read for others. Probably. See, I have a hard time picking even like my favorite verse out of the, or stanza rather, out of the Havamal. I actually have right here my little pocket edition, and right under it is the Jackson Crawford Poetic Edda. But no, I haven't read it for anyone else. I think that would be kind of fun to do like a book club on. Just take a section at a time of the Poetic Edda. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I gotta remember that. Have you read it? If so, what's your favorite stanza? You don't have to know the exact number if you know the topic. Oh, thank you for the roses. Boom PM. Oh, thank you, Stray. Yeah, that sounds delicious. I will definitely have to try that. Let me see, because I know I like so many of the stanzas. Honestly, the first one's one of my favorites. All doorways before going forward should be looked to, for difficult it is to know where foes may sit within a dwelling. For a night in summer. Quite refreshing. Yeah, I'll certainly have to try that. I have a recipe that claimed it's an old Norse recipe. I don't know if it really is. I didn't fact check it, but it's for it's an old apple juice recipe that I'm gonna make soon. It sounds delicious. It's like apples and honey, and I think it's supposed to be served warm, but it's not like a cider. So I'm excited to try that. I think is it 38? Is 38 the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, so this translation, this is one of my favorites, and I remember the first time I read this, my reaction. Stanza 38, leaving in the field his arms, let no man go a foot's length forward, for it is hard to know when on the way a man may need his weapon. I remember reading that the first time, and because of how this version is written, it's a little bit harder to read than the Jackson Crawford. But I spent a minute on like, did it just say stay strapped or get clapped? And I started laughing so hard at that. That's one of my favorite stanzas in there. Honestly, the whole Havamal has excellent advice. Been writing an inspired cookbook using nature drinks, food, and desserts. Oh, that's... You're gonna have to let me know when that comes out. I've been wanting to look into making herbal teas or floral teas. I really want to look into making those and research them a little bit. I don't know, I've just been on something with tea recently. There's actually a creator here on TikTok that I follow, the Modern Floki, I believe it is. He does a lot of herbal teas on his channel that I want to try. The pea flower tea was quite an experience for me. It's amazing. It was truly delicious. I was surprised just brewing it. Ooh, we cheered up. Awesome. The Vesla menu. Let me... I got this notebook. Might as well use it. The Vesla menu. I wrote it down so I'll remember it. I like the idea of natural foods and drinks. Home feast. Nice. I love that. I love that. Yeah, I'd love to get into that. And I don't know if I missed a message about anyone, if anyone else has read the Havamal, what their favorite stanza is. Be more than happy to read it here on live. Don't forget, to all the new viewers, check out our fan club. We do have, you get a lot of perks with it. You get priority readings, 36. You get priority readings, priority Q&A, access to exclusive Discord and exclusive emotes. The Discord is live, but the TikTok integration does not work. I did some research on it, and peach cobbler but I did some research on it, and it's a back-end issue on either TikTok or Discord why it doesn't work. Hey, Thunderbird! How are you doing this evening? Okay, real quick. Stanza 36. One's own house is best, small though it be. At home is everyone his own master. Though he but 2 goats possess, and a straw-thatched cot, even that is better than begging. That's a good one. Got chills. I like that one a lot. And if you haven't read it, oh, how's your son doing? If you haven't read the Havamal, I'm just gonna keep this down here. It's got such great advice in it. The Jackson Crawford interpretation of it is a little easier to read, in my opinion. Oh, that's you. Oh, I should have, Leilani, I should have known. But I think the Jackson Crawford, it's a little bit easier to, I think, comprehend. But I like how he phrases things. Stanza 77. Oh, there it is. Oh. I'm going to read 76 and 77. Cattle die, kindred die, we ourselves also die, but the fair fame never dies of him who has earned it. Cattle die, kindred die, we ourselves also die, but I know one thing that never dies, judgment on each one dead. Tag the title of the book in the chat. I want to see if it's on audiobook. Yeah, this one is the Pocket Havamal. It is by Benjamin Thorpe. It's a little bit of an older-timey English, so it's a little bit, in my opinion, harder to comprehend, being in my 21st century mind. Anyone who's been on Norse Talk has probably seen this book. This is the Poetic Edda. It is kind of weird, yeah. This is Jackson Crawford's Poetic Edda, And the Havamal is actually a book within the Poetic Edda. I believe it's the first one in this. Introduction. Oh no, Voluspa is the first one. Havamal is the second one. Yeah. They're, I can't remember the name of the app, but I know which one you're talking about. I think there's also a website. I can't use my phone. There's a website where you can go, and it's like an online library, and you can read a lot of books from all over. Hello. Oh, really? You wrote it. That is awesome. Found them, Amazon, Audible, Score. I got tons of credits. Sweet. Let me see. Like, we just read 76 and 77. Let's go back to those. Here we go. So this one... this one... I don't know if I've missed anything. I'll scroll up here in a second. You know, we just did this one that was that kind of older timey English. This is the Jackson Crawford version. Cows die, family die, you will die the same way, but a good reputation never dies for the one who earns it well. Cows die, family die, you will die the same way. I know only one thing that never dies, the reputation of the one who's died. So a much different version of the same poem. Same stanza. Let me see. Did I miss one? I don't think I did. I think I've seen them all. Thunderbird, is your son enjoying his stay so far? Enjoying his visit? For those of you who don't know, Leilani and Thunderbird are both fellow practitioners up at Earth and Soul. Ooh, I wish I could go swimming. It's hot out there. They're fellow practitioners at Earth and Soul. Absolutely. I will try and shuffle and talk at the same time. Jean-Michel, or Leilani on here, is the tarot reader up there. And Thunderbird is he calls it energy work and energy healing. I am drawing a blank on the word. Starts with a C. Coherence. Coherence, energy healing. So he is a Reiki master, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes. But he is a Reiki master. I actually went to his Renew and Release circle on Thursday, and it was absolutely phenomenal. Truly an experience to be had. The Renew and Release circle is free every other Thursday at 6. We also, yes, Reiki Master and Shaman. On faith and fortune. So long as his memory lives on, so too does he. By Leif Erikson. Okay. Raven's art gallery. Okay. So our past influence, we have Awas in reverse. So Awas is the rune of loyalty and trust. It represents the horse. Our present is Perthro. We actually got this one a little bit ago. Perthro is the rune of mystery and uncertainty. And then in our future position, we have Yera. Yera is the harvest. So to kind of go through this, a period of distrust and disloyalty has left you uncertain about what's going on. Keep in mind as you move towards your outcome, you reap what you sow. So the seeds you put out, that's what you'll get back. One piece of advice to go along with this, we have Algis. Found it in a book and it's written on my mirror. Algis is the rune of divine protection. It just keeps in mind that you are protected. You've got your shield on. Overall, oh, there's a spider. Overall, what I'm getting from this is things may be uncertain right now, but you will get back what you put out there. And knowing you, that's a good thing. Just keep in mind, you are protected. You've got this. This rune goes along a lot along the way of self-success. You've built yourself up to be successful. You have protected yourself, as well as you have your God's protection. Does that resonate with you? Is there anything I could give you more context on? You're very welcome. Hello, username. I like that name. Welcome to the live. Two rows for every thorn. If you only focus on the pain, you never see the garden. I like that. Those are beautiful, Stray. Leif Erikson. Leif Erikson is someone I would like to take some time and research more. Ooh, we unlocked the community heart. That is awesome. Hope the music's not too loud. Thank you for the cheers. Woo! For those of you just joining, I am doing live rune readings. There is no cost. It is completely free. As well as general Q&A. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. Also, don't forget to check out our fan club if you haven't joined already. Right up here at the top, send your heart me and check it out. Fan club members get priority readings, priority queue for readings, as well as access to an exclusive Discord server. The TikTok integration doesn't work, so to access it, just whenever the stream's over, you just go to my page and you'll click the link in the bio, and right there at the top is a invite to the Discord server. It'll ask you a few questions, one of them being, are you a fan club member? If you just click yes on that, it'll let me know. Please do make sure that your username, or at least nickname or some way I know it matches. That way I can verify, and I will personally upgrade your role to weirdo status on there after the live. We did also launch a YouTube page or YouTube channel yesterday that is also under the link tree. In the future, once I unlock it, I'll be doing live streams on there as well. So definitely all the Weirdo Fan Club members, if you can, go out there, subscribe to the YouTube page. We're trying to get to 50 subscribers so we can start going live on there. I can. Too good for every bad of your day so the good isn't overshadowed. Stray spitting fire today. Thanks for all the likes. I'm a wise hermit. Am I a weirdo? So to join the weirdos, right here at the top of the screen, right by my name. I don't know if I'm pointing to it on your end. It looks like I am. It should say join, I believe. And all you have to do is send a heart me, and you'll become a weirdo. You'll join the Weirdo Fan Club, and it unlocks, at level 1, you unlock a ton. Yes, so the link tree is the link in the bio on my page. And that should have links to everything for us. For Bailey Woodwork, it takes you to Bailey Woodworks. That's me, myself, and my wife, Emily. She's the mod down there. Under there, you should be able to see our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, which we're on TikTok, YouTube. The Etsy store is currently not going right now. Yeah, shout out to Emily. But that also has YouTube and Discord. So it has all of our socials linked on it. And one of these days when we get back on doing Etsy, that'll be back on there. But that store is down for the time being while we focus on some other things we're working on. Hammers. That would be fun. It'd be fun. I could probably... I think I tried to make a wooden Mjolnir pendant one time. And it didn't go well. It was a mess. It was a mess. But, you know, the saying, I didn't fail to make a light bulb. I found a way not to make a light bulb. Out of real thorn. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Thorium. Yeah. To both of those. Who was the guy who tried to make a reactor in his shed? The Boy Scout? Can't remember his name. Yeah, he got a visit from the Men in Black. Please don't do it. I love that. Witch's Ball in February. Oh yeah, I saw the I think I saw the event for that. There are definitely learning curves with new projects. Oh yeah. Yeah. Every so often I like to stray away from my normal things, and it's mixed results. But like I said, I find a million ways not to do what I'm trying to do. Found a missing warhead core and made a reactor in his garage too. He got found. Yeah, I bet he did. You know, I didn't notice. I looked up the Boy Scout who did that. Recreational plutonium. But I looked up the Boy Scout who did that a while back. You know, he tried to do it again. He tried to do it a second time and possibly a third time. Marvin Niemeyer. Florida man. Yeah, that does sound like a comic book character. Oh, that's a scary thought. They got nuclear alligators down there. Always looking for plutonium. He is, isn't he? It's been a long time since I've watched Marvin the Martian. For anyone new in the chat, we are doing live readings or Q&A. They are free readings. If you would like a reading or have a question, just drop down in chat. Just drop your question, or if you would like a reading, just say, I'd like a reading. Doing rune readings, I should specify that. Florida. Let's see. If you could make anything what would it be? Ooh. That's a hard one. It's a very hard one. If I could make anything. Recently it's been boxes. I've been really wanting to make boxes. And not just like buy a box and decorate it. I want to build the box and put designs and stuff on it. I want to get better at carving the chisel. So I can do, I've done a lot carved in chisel. I think one of these is chisel. This one I did in chisel. Which lines are simple, right? And it's buried, but one of my altar expansions as well, I hand chiseled. Puzzle boxes would be fun, but I'd probably have to work up to that. Just kind of general, like jewelry boxes, for example. I have one down here. I didn't build this. I bought the box and charred it, basically. Swords, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, boxes for tarot decks. Mine holds like sage and I think I have juniper in there and some other herbs and such. I did see a question up here. The lament configuration. I haven't heard it called that before. I'll go into detail on that in a minute. Runes made of unusual materials. I've got to say, RFID chips in a reader. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. RFID chips in a reader. That's more unusual than I've really thought of, actually. I've made them out of bones, stone, and wood. RFID chips. That would be cool. That'd be cool. We're in the age, one day we may even get, like, this would be kind of cool with all the different augmented reality stuff where it's like a holographic thing. The RFID chip, when you put the glasses on, makes like a hologram. I could see that. I could see that being in our future. Carbon fiber would be really cool. That'd be kind of hard. I'm actually surprised. I don't think I've seen that in like cast in resin yet. Good evening, Chelsea. How are you doing? 12. Working on finding more by making a rune set from meteorite. Meteorite would be cool. Which will be about the size of a quarter. Welcome, comment any questions. Yes, we are doing live free rune readings and Q&A. So if you have any questions, just drop it down in the comments. As well, if you would like a reading, just let me know. Oh, I said I would go into detail on this. That's how jumping around I get. So this actually has a story to it, and there's a reason I kept it. Back in, I think November or December of 2024, I was trying to, Mercury's in the microwave again. No, I know I've been feeling off recently too. Sorry, jumped again. So I was trying to figure out how am I going to make candle holders. And this was before I learned what a Forstner bit is. I had this brilliant idea to use a router. Like not even a trim router, a full-size router. And I was like, well, I can't find any way to mount this, have it be held, and use the router to do it. So in a moment of not thinking it through, I thought, well, you know, what if I do it like a router table? I mount the router, and I take it and I carve it out that way. So this went flying across the room, and my hand went into the router, and it buzzed up my finger here, left it all filleted. I thought about just throwing this in the fire. Oh, good seeing you. Can't wait to see you again. I thought about throwing this in a fire and getting rid of it. I thought about throwing it away. But I wasn't gonna let it conquer me. So I went out, and after this I learned about Forstner bits, and I bought a Forstner bit, and I completed what I set out to do, and I decided this one's for me. So to me, this was overcoming a moment of strength and overcoming for me. So I actually have on the bottom engraved Router 2024 RH for right hand. And then I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything when I was on my soapbox there. Fulgurites. I'm not familiar with fulgurites. I'm gonna have to look that up. Oh, don't do whatever that was trying to do. That's where I left off. Came from a few I found in Norway on a trip, cut in half, and found inside was pigs. Huh. A little too literal. I used to always say, yeah. Oh, okay. But I used to always say, back when I used to work on cars a lot, it's not a project until somebody bleeds. Whether it's a bust knuckle or a cut or whatever. That was the point when it officially became a project for me and my friends. But yeah, you know, I saw Emily, I think it was, mention the goal was to make something he couldn't find. And that's what got me started making all of this. Everything I've made was, before I started making it, I couldn't just go to the store and buy it. I couldn't find things that I wanted and that I liked. And I didn't want to get the plastic mold Amazon stuff. I wanted something a little more natural, more grounded, I guess. And so I one day, through a couple of other events that had happened, I said, why don't I make it? And so I started just making stuff. And I thought, you know, if this was useful to me, it might be useful to others. So that's when I started. Yeah. Oh, you can't see that. AI summary says we're discussing the story behind a router accident. Yeah, we bought Emily an altar board at a local event, and when we got home, we kind of got looking at it, and I'm like, this is not great. Demon Rabbit, hi there, Demon Rabbit. But we got it home, and we're like, we didn't like the texture, like the feeling of it. It wasn't sanded, it wasn't finished, it wasn't sealed. It just could have been improved. And so I was like, do you want me to take this and I'll sand it smooth? And she was like, yeah, absolutely. And so I made a bet. I'm like, why don't I start making these, and I'll actually make them smooth and pleasant to the touch and sit flat on a table. Thank you, Chelsea. Oh, I gotta tell it I am still here. 1 second. Puzzle piece. Yay. Okay. I guess at an hour it's like, hey, do you know you're still live? Oh, yes. That's one of the things that has really gotten me, is every imperfection is a feature. Oh, my charger fell out. That's not good. That's not good. There we go. Okay. Every imperfection, every knot is an obstacle to overcome when you're carving or burning. Every crack, every old bug track or whatever, I choose not to see it as something to correct, but as something to work with, as a guide. That's one of my favorite things about working with wood. What got you into rune work? That's a hard question to answer. Sort of. It kind of sort of comes with the territory when you start working with heathenry a little bit, in my opinion. It's not obligated, but it is kind of just a lot due. So I had gotten a kit at a local spiritual store. Oh, my dog dropped. Hey, get out of the trash. And it came with a set of runes, and I was really skeptical at first of the idea. I was skeptical of everything back then. And where's I going with that? Oh, I one day was like, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see what happens, pull runes. I had the book, and read through it, and it answered a question in a way that made me very upset, and it was right. You know, and it was essentially, I asked it if I was going to get a promotion that I had interviewed for, and the long story short, it said, no, you're going to be disappointed, but it'll be better off in the end. And I didn't want to accept that answer. I'm like, no. I did not get the promotion. Work got difficult, to say the least, and I left that position, and now actually I'm happier with what I'm doing now. I get to be home when I want to be home, and I'm just in a better place now that I wouldn't be in if I was still there. That, and the person who did get the promotion It was not what the position was not what they told us it would be, and I would have been miserable in that position. So it did work out for the better. That was just my first time pulling runes. I didn't mess with them again for a year or so after that, and then the more that I have navigated, they can be blunt. They can be very blunt. But the more that I have navigated my spirituality and my beliefs, and the more time that I've spent becoming less skeptical about other things, I gave them another try. Started doing readings for myself, started doing readings on here, and then eventually started doing readings at Earth and Soul. And I struggled, even now I struggle a little bit with, I think it's called imposter syndrome, where even I'm skeptical of myself. But I haven't been told that I've been way off the mark yet. It's worked out every time I've done it, and I've become a lot more confident in doing it for others, whereas I wasn't before. I wasn't even confident doing it for myself. But it's been, getting to where I'm willing to do readings and actually kind of believe in what I'm doing. Yeah, even setting up a lot of the stuff for this, I was like, oh, what? To do lives or to go online. How do you know what to ask when doing rune readings? So, when I do them live for others, if you have a specific question in mind, I usually say, have that question in mind. Say you're sitting right here in front of me, and we're going to do a reading, for example. I'll shuffle it however many times feels right for me, and then I hand it to you, and I say, you shuffle it as many times as you feel is appropriate. And the whole time you're shuffling it, keep your question at the front of your mind. Focus on it. You don't have to tell me the question. Just focus on the question while you're shuffling it. And then when you get done shuffling it, you hand it back. And in person, I fan them out. I say, pick one. After you pick it, if we're doing the cards, I'll say, cut the deck and put it face up anywhere in the deck. And from there, I then close the deck up. I find the face up card, and we do the reading. So when we're doing it that way, it's not so much me putting intent into it. It's you. It's your reading. Now, something like this, I can't hand you the deck. So instead, what I, in my head, am thinking and am focusing on is, give me a message that they need to hear. Give me my intention to up there is to tell you what I need to tell you. After that, I pull the cards, I lay them out, and I say, I go through them, and I focus on, as I'm going through it, the emotions and the thoughts that pop into my head. Hello. So, for instance, we might have a rune, and this is one thing that's tricky with runes, is you'll have one rune that if you Google the meaning of it, you get this whole list, right? And some of them are contradictory to each other. So how do you know what it's saying if you have this rune that could mean protection or could mean a warning or a challenge? It's based off of how you feel when you're doing that. And that's where intention comes into it, or rather intuition comes into it, is being mindful and aware of, when I look at that card, I feel sad, glad, mad, happy. I feel, you know, protected, or I feel like it's a challenge. That's where the accessing the intuition side comes in, is to narrow down what the rune specifically is saying. It has a lot to do with that first thought that pops into your mind, or that feeling you get when you look at it. You know, I look at it and I feel however. That's what guides what the message is saying. That spider's back. Go away, spider. Go away. Does that answer your question? Look. Not ready to work with him yet. For the month of July, absolutely. And I'll do it kind of how I explained it earlier. With the indigenous, so we could interpret the symbols of the Allfather. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay. Okay, so in your past position, we have word. So with this deck of cards, it's a playing set of playing cards, and I use the aces to represent the weird rune. So weird is fate. Your present position is Tewaz. Victory through sacrifice. And then your future position, this is the Joker card. I use it to represent, in this deck, I use it to represent divinity. You've been going through your fated interactions. Presently, you'll have some sacrifices coming up, if they haven't already. And through those sacrifices, you will gain victory. In the future, it's going to bring you closer to your divine inspiration, your gods, your deities, so on. So bring out the bones. I don't know if we're ready for the bones. The bones are... One piece of advice to give you: start planting the seeds now. So this is Ingvas. I say it's the seeds that are being sown. So what this is telling you is, again, you are going through a fated situation. You'll have to overcome some sacrifices in order to succeed, but should you do that, it's going to bring you closer to that elevation. But start planting the seeds now. Does that answer your question? Does that resonate? scared of the bones sometimes. Good, I'm glad to hear. Yeah, I have a set of bone runes in here that recently have kind of had to get put in timeout because they're... So I like to say they like to answer the question that they want to answer, not necessarily the question you ask. They're good for when you want to make a point, I guess. They can be kind of intense. I often say they're mean to me. They know what need to be said, and that's why I say they may not want to answer the question you ask. They may want to answer the question that you're not asking, that you're avoiding. I know they do that to me all the time. I like these cards because they tend to answer the question I ask. Need a swatter. That spider keeps lurking. And there was one. I know I saw one up here. Vili and Vey gave understanding with intelligence so we could interpret the symbols of the All-Father. Symbols of the All-Father. It's one of my favorite, I know I've said this a lot, favorite parts of the Havamal is stanzas 138, 139. Those ones I know off the top of my head. I'm going to read them in modern English. Modernish. For those who might not know why we call them symbols of the All-Father. Havamal. I'm sorry, is it 138? 39? Yes, it is. Spider's name is Lucas. I know that I hung on a wind-battered tree 9 long nights, pierced by a spear and given to Odin, myself to myself, on that tree whose roots grow in a place no one has ever seen. No one gave me food, no one gave me drink. At the end I peered down, I took the runes. Screaming I took them, and then I fell. For those who might not be familiar with why they're the symbols of the All-Father, Odin sacrificed himself to himself in order to gain the wisdom of the runes. He also took out his own eye for just knowledge at Mimir's well. Bones reach more for what questions want to be hidden. They do. They're very intense. They're very intense. Like they feel intense to me. Hello, welcome to the live. I like working with them, but they can be a bit much for a Tuesday night live stream. I need more leaf water. Here. We'll do a collective rune. Any questions? Collective rune pool. That would be Emily mentioning the one rune she can remember. Okay. For the collective, the situation, go away. This one's been popping up a lot tonight. I mean, a whole different set of runes. Pairthrow. Pairthrow, the rune of mystery and uncertainty. The past is the journey. Righto. And the future again. Ingvas. The rune of the planting that leads to the harvest. So I did a 5 rune pull here, so this is a little bit different from what we've been doing. The guiding help is death and rebirth. Aivas. The obstacle to overcome is word, fate. For the collective, we've been on a journey. All of us, any of us. If this speaks to you, you know what I'm talking about. And right now, we're dealing with a lot of uncertainty. We're coming up on a time when we need to tarot speak. I can translate 2 of these to tarot. Raido is chariot-ish, and Aiwas is the death card. There you go. We've all been on a journey. We're dealing with a lot of mystery and uncertainty. Lost in translation. We're coming up on a time where it's time to start sowing those seeds. All of this has been initiated and continuing through a death and rebirth cycle. It is fated to happen. It's not avoidable. It's happening. Yeah. Tell me about it. All of what is happening is meant to be. That's what we have to overcome and what we have to accept. Be prepared to sow the seeds for something more. For what happens next. It was in the fine print that, somewhere. It was probably in the terms and conditions when you signed up for the app. Yeah. One piece of advice to give the entire collective. Okay, you're sticking to my finger. Kanas. Domadaga. Yeah. Kanos is the rune of inspiration, motivation, passion, and creativity. The one piece of advice to give the collective, be creative, be motivated. It's there. That inner fire is there. Let it be there. Let yourself feel that fire. Which one is that? Skull. Skull. I don't know. I could probably think of a couple like high lung songs to come on. Stray, you should also have access to that emoji, but I'll be honest, I don't know off the top of my head where it is. There you go. Comment then the heart. Gotcha. Hello, Kim. Welcome to the live. Thank you for all the likes. We are doing free live rune readings and Q&A. Dog. If you would like a reading or have a question, just pop down in the comment section. Now I'm vibing with the music. Hey Victor, how you doing tonight? Yes, dog wanted help. Dog smells bones. Yeah. Yep. I would like a reading for the remainder of the year. So it is July. We have 6 months left, right? If you count this month, July, June. Why did I say June? July, August, September, October, November, December, 6. Yep, 12 cards. I at the Solstice Seers, not Solstice Seers, Earth and Solstice last year offered a Your Year in Runes reading. That's for keeping. Okay. And that was a 24 rune pull, which, mind you, does not work out super well with a 25 rune set. So instead, I like to use the 52 rune set. They're in here twice, plus the cards I was telling you about. All right, the rest of the year for Kay Bailey. Welcome, Gen X colonizer. It has gone by too fast. This year, every year anymore. Every year. For July, you'll face a situation of joy and happiness. What this tells us is that the energy's there for you to be happy. You gotta let it in, though. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The obstacle you'll have to overcome this month in July is going to be trust and loyalty. I get that from this, yes to the dessert. Yeah, if that's a good way to let yourself be happy. Trust yourself. Trust your decisions. Have trust. For August, we have abundance. I'm sorry, that was on Sue's, not Fehu. Wisdom and knowledge, not abundance. That's my bad. So, you're going to come into some new knowledge or be in the position to gain knowledge. But you'll need to overcome your situation in reference to resources and abundance. In order to gain this clarity, it's going to cost resources. Physical, tangible resources. Money or assets. September, you'll be experiencing the death cycle. And you'll be lacking the creativity you need to address it. It's not tarot AI, it's runes. Not all cards are tarot. In October, you'll reap what you've sown. You may need to travel to do so. November is a mystery. You're going to experience uncertainty in November. And you'll be lacking what you need to deal with that. So now it's the rune of necessity. It's generally means lacking resources. Then in December, don't trust the turkey. The self. I need context on that one myself. Focus on yourself is what this is telling you to do. Holiday stress fits with Othala inverted. Inverted Othala speaks of a kind of a disconnection with family or ancestry. Focus on yourself, not so much others, even your family. Does that resonate? Write those down. I can try it. I'll clip it out of the live and I can send it to you. Holiday stress. Don't trust the turkey. I don't know, I make a pretty good turkey. Humble brag. Yeah, mine is too. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the live. I am offering free rune readings to any who want, as well as live Q&A. Oh, the cliche mother-in-law. Know if they need a rune reading. Do you feel like you want one? Do you feel like you need one? It's a feeling. I'll get it when I do mine for myself, which I don't do very often anymore because they talk to me different than they talk to you. It's just this thought that pops into my head. Might be, I wonder what they'll say. Might be just I feel like I need more guidance. family is always bonkers. But that's, I mean, feeling like you need one, it's kind of one of those things that if you're sitting here wondering, I wonder if I need a rune reading. That's part of that, like, intuitive mindfulness is probably. It's not always a need. Sometimes it's a want. I often will get readings from people just out of curiosity. Hi, Nikki. Yeah. Or when you feel like there's something you need to know, right? Like something's trying to tell you something. That kind of like, that's really hard to describe it, honestly. That's, spirit is trying to tell me something, is that feeling that there's something I should be hearing. That's a good one. That's a good way to tell. Like I said, even just being curious about it may not mean you need one. It may just mean that your subconscious or higher self or whatever is trying to tell you, I kind of want to do that. Sometimes I do them for myself, or I'll get one just out of boredom to see what happens. I go into every reading when I get read just, straight-faced, and I'm like, I'm not giving them nothing. And just go in, and it's always like, do you have a question? It's like, just give me a reading. And then they proceed to pull out stuff that I haven't told my best friends, and it's like, all right, stop. Okay. Thank you for the likes. Does that kind of answer your question? What is that one? Just lost my appetite for the year. Well, why'd you do that? Oreos and mustard. Oh. Oh, no thank you. Oh, you just double tap the screen. The AI summary doesn't understand that they're runes, not a room. Room reading. That's funny. Read the room. The leftover mustard from... Oh boy. Kids. And I guess at least it wasn't like a bug or something. Intrusive thought. It's usually not a very healthy habit. Let's see, we have 20 minutes left in the live. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody who would like a reading? Points for curiosity. Read me. Yeah, I can't imagine that tasted great. I don't know, sweet and I don't know what to call mustard. Acidic. I'm not gonna try it, but absolutely. Alright, so in our past position, we have Tewas inverted. So Tewas upright usually symbolizes success, but through sacrifice. Inverted suggests that you sacrificed, but you didn't succeed. Presently, we have Hagalaz. If you're familiar with tarot, it's kind of like the Tower card, that major upheaval. Big things going on, lots of obstacles, lots of challenges. What was it that was said earlier? Break the mirror to escape, or break the glass to escape the house of mirrors. Sometimes things have to break before they can be fixed. Coming up, you're going to go on a journey. 100 minutes, wow. This one's overall fairly straightforward. You've got a lot of changes going on. And it can be upsetting, unnerving. But it's going to put you on this path where you'll be moving. You're about to go on a journey, but you gotta go through some turmoil first. And this is caused by that situation where you sacrificed, but you didn't get what you wanted from it. The one piece of advice to give you: is the harvest era. You reap what you sow. As you're going through this, remember that what you put out, you will get back. The seeds you plant are what you harvest. Sometimes when we're going through turmoil, we've got to consciously remember that. Does that resonate with you? Would you like any context on anything? Smooth ocean. Yeah. Yeah. Smooth seas. I've heard it as a smooth sea never produced a skilled sailor. I'm glad that it resonates. I'm glad that. But yeah, if you'd like any context, I'd be happy to provide it. Thank you for all the likes, everybody. Ooh, what is that one? Journey pack. Huh, that's new. I haven't seen that one. Journey pass. I haven't seen that one. Yep, the ticket to the journey. Leaves no tales to tell. And of course, Hogalaws being the one rune Emily is familiar with. Text on the second to last rune about the journey. Let's get you some context on that. Give us some context on Chelsea's journey. Well, that's what I need to start doing. Start asking them out loud. What do you mean you can't read my mind over the phone? Over there. Apparently put a card over there and forgot. Because I am chaotic. And don't go drawing Hogalaws on yourself. That's not usually a vibe. That leads to a questionable day at best. Doing it one more time since I found that card randomly sitting over here. So your wife joke in there somewhere in this area. Yes, there it is. For context, on your journey, you pulled the card of self, Manas. The journey you're going on is a struggle with your sense of self and identity. You may start to feel like you become more uncertain of who you are, what you believe, what you think. A lot of your ideals may be challenged coming up. And that's a journey you'll be going through, is going to be a journey within yourself. You are protected. You do have that shield. What I'm kind of feeling from this is that you're going to go through this journey within yourself, and you may start to kind of dismantle some of your previous thoughts, like ways that you would think. But you're kind of being sheltered while you're going through this, so you're safe to go through this. You've got that shield. You've got shooters at your back, you know. I feel like one more card. you can lean on your family. They're there for you, even if it doesn't seem like it. It's not AI, it's not tarot. Does that help clear that up at all? I wish TikTok would chill on telling me to invite people so I can watch the chat. You're very welcome. And for anyone local to the Tulsa, Oklahoma area, I do perform rune readings privately at Earth and Soul in Sand Springs every Sunday from noon to 5, 128 North Main Street. If for any reason I'm not going to be there, I do post that update usually on here and Facebook. It will be in the Discord server as well. Basically everywhere that you can see me, it will be there. As well, usually on Sundays, like everyone's there. So I do rune readings. We have Jean-Michel, who performs tarot readings, and he's phenomenal. That is an almost life-changing experience right there. Of course, Thunderbird up there, we see everything. Thunderbird up there, he performs Reiki energy healings. He is the calm. Yeah. He knows how to deliver that tower card and make you really feel almost good about it, for sure. But he performs the master level Reiki coherence energy healings, and it's something worth trying out. And of course, Erin, the store owner, she also is a healer and a reader. Plus, the store's just cool. There's cool stuff in there. But yeah, if you're ever local to the Tulsa area, feel free to come out and see me. So we are down to our last 5 minutes. Are there any last minute questions or readings anyone would like? Thank you so much. I had a lot of fun tonight. I think everything went very well. I enjoyed talking to everyone tonight and reading your comments. Thank you all so much for all the likes. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for helping to reach the first level of our live goal tonight. Oh, I'm very glad you could join. Don't forget, to my weirdos out there, you do get access to that. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, to the weirdos, you do get access to that Discord server. So when you get off the live here, you don't have to be a weirdo to join the Discord server either. There is a free public option. But when you get off of this live, head over to my account. If you haven't already hit follow, smash that follow button. Click on that link to Linktree and head over to Discord to join the server, where we'll be able to discuss more. And you'll get updates to all the lives in the future, as well as all the other benefits. Also, check out my YouTube page. Follow me there as well, where in the future I'll be posting more long-form content. I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. and I can't wait to see you next week.